BUP Blow Up Podcast. Boom, boom, boom. Let me see how I should do this. Should I go ba-boom? No, I shouldn't go ba-boom because I think Martin did that. I should go boom. Oh, that scared him. I thought I was gonna scare the cat, but so I'm gonna go boom, Blow Up Podcast because that's like something more like a bomb. I don't want to be all calm like boom, boom. Like I said, Martin took the ba-boom. I'm by myself. Everybody was scared to be a guest. You know, it's all good though, because when I boom, when I boom and I blow up, then I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want y'all come knocking on my door like, yo, can I be a guest? None of that. All right, I'm trying it a little different right now. I had turned the camera backwards. Yeah, but we gonna talk about some stuff though, man. I wrote down some topics. Don't be looking. Oh shoot, y'all probably can see my address and all that. I wrote it on the envelope. Damn it, I don't even know how I should do it. Hold on, let me see here. Yeah, there we go. Alright, I don't want y'all seeing my address and where this came from. Y'all like, oh, you owe some bills? Yeah, I owe some damn bills. If y'all want a motherfucking help, I could post the damn... My Cash App is... What's my Cash App? $ Mega Man 01. Yeah, so if you want to donate to a cause, donate to my legal fees, you know what I mean? Word. But let me see, hold up, let me see. I'm trying to think, cause now I did write them down, but I didn't write no order, like what I should talk about first, second, or third, or I'm trying to think what's, like, I don't even know, like, sometimes I feel like I don't know how to do it. Like, should I start off with the most interesting? Maybe because if y'all tapping in, and y'all just tapping in, you know what I mean, it can get, you know, I could get y'all attention right away, which actually I feel like that's important, so let me see. But then I might think something's a good one, and it might not be. How about the Kanye West thing? Which I think is a little wild, you know. He came on there with academics, and I thought it was a little funny how, you know, because academics did an interview with TMZ, and when he did the interview with TMZ, the dude, I forget the dude's name, the black dude, he said the academics, he like, yo, how you do an interview with somebody and you really just sitting here talking to the nigga like he ain't got on a Ku Klux Klan suit. And I was thinking that same thing. I was waiting for somebody to ask him that, because, you know, obviously, like he said, that's the elephant in the room. Like, I couldn't have did that. He couldn't have did no interview. I mean, I could have did the interview, but I would have definitely addressed that shit. I was like, yo, like I would have said something. I don't know what I would have said, but I would have said something. I definitely wouldn't. I'm not going to just act like that was not normal. Let me see. And what else he was saying? I thought it was funny when he was saying, I'm evil. Like, he was like, yo, why you do? He was like, I'm evil. And then it would just be this awkward silence, and then he start talking again. But he was like, yo, why would you post that stuff about Jay-Z kids? And it goes like, I'm evil. I thought that was hilarious. Let me see. I don't want to move on without, you know, because the interview was a little... I like Act 2. I definitely like academics. I wish I could have got that Kanye West interview, boy. I would have... That shit... His shit went viral, but anything Kanye West is going to do viral, my shit would have went super viral, I think. I think I'd have, you know what I mean? I'd have dug deep. No Diddy. But I would have asked him some good shit. Like, knowing I'm going to get this interview, or I would have asked him some good questions. I'd have wrote them drinks down. You know what I mean? And I would have hoped that he wouldn't have got mad. He seems like he gets mad, Kanye West. He seemed like it's not hard to piss him off. All right, we can move on from that. So, all right, how about this, right? Let me see. I had thought of something. I'm trying to go see which one I should go to next. Um, so I was thinking, like, what should I go to? I should have. Now I wrote these joints down, but now it's like I'm like, all right, I'll just go with this one. How about this one? Now I got a question, right? Because I had this, things that I debate with people on a day to day basis. I be feeling like they good topics. So I was with some of my peoples one time, and we was talking about knives. We was talking about fighting with a knife, right? So I was saying that I'm not fighting nobody with a knife. Like, I'll look like a punk. I'm not gonna fight. Like, if I ain't got no weapon, I'm not. Like, so they like, yo, if somebody got a knife, I'ma just punch them. I'm like, you gonna punch them? I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not punching nobody with no knife. And I said this too. I said, yo, I'm not fighting nobody with. If I ain't got no weapon, if somebody's coming at me with a knife, I'm running. I'm not fighting nobody with no knife. I ain't never been stabbed. I ain't never been cut. I'm not doing that shit. If I got to, like, if I'm backed into a space and I have to, then I have to. But if I got, I'm running. Or if somebody's attacking somebody, I love, like my daughter or something, yeah, but just to fight somebody with a knife, no, I'm not doing that. And they was like, yo, somebody got a knife, I'ma just punch him. Hell fucking no. Hell fucking no. What would y'all do? I'm not doing that. I'm not fighting nobody with no knife. I need something with some range, like a gun or, some mace. I'm not, where I can incapacitate them. I'm not, even if I got a knife, I'm not fighting you with no knife. Like, I'm not fitting to have no knife fighting shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing that shit. We gonna be cutting each other up until whoever dies first or whoever backs out first. I'm not doing that shit. Shit, if I got a knife, I'm not even fighting. I'll run and I got a knife. They be like, yo, why you ran? Because I'm not having no knife fight. I'm not doing that shit. You know what I mean? They like, yo, I would have punched him. All right. And then you don't knock him out or you miss or something like that and you get poked the fuck up, then what? I seen some shit a while ago on IG. This girl was fighting some girl in a restaurant or something like that, and the one girl had a knife and the other girl didn't. She fucking cutting the girl leg up. Blood all coming down the leg. Wild deep cutting, just cutting. I'm like, yo, I know she needed about a good, I don't know, 100, 200 stitches, something. That shit was she was just cutting, yo. Just cutting the girl leg up. I was like, hell no. Fuck that. Couldn't have been me. I ain't doing that. So I don't know. And a lot of people were saying that shit. They gonna punch him. I say, y'all wildin'. I'm not doing that shit. So I'm just curious. You know what I mean? Everything I'll be asking, you know what I mean? Think about it for yourself. I'd prefer you leave it in the comments. Yeah. Yo, so this is what I was thinking about, right? Like, this is one of the joints I wrote down, and it's called humbling yourself, right? Like, I'm at the age where nothing can embarrass me. I feel like I can't be embarrassed. Probably, I just don't, and I was just like, yo, and I was just gonna share things. Like, I was just gonna share things that most people wouldn't do. Or like I had asked one of my friends, right? And I wasn't trying to be funny or nothing like that, but I was like, yo, can you read? And she's like, what? And I was like, yo, I don't even mean nothing by it. And shout out to her if she watches this joint. But I was asking her, can you read? Now, of course, most people could read. We read texts, right? And now, but how well can you read is what I'm saying. So I was going to just try to read something, right? Now, I know what y'all saying, like, this is in my house and but this is stuff that I've never read, right? So I've never read this stuff. So y'all ready for this? I'm about to just try to read. You know what I mean? And then after this, I might, I don't know. I kind of want to do this with somebody, but maybe I will just do it now because I don't think anybody, pretty much it was humbling yourself. So I was going to tell some embarrassing things about myself, like that I remember, like in my life, things that I remember that are embarrassing. So, it's just like, just humbling yourself and just being like, yo, fuck it. I'm an open book anyway. Like, I get on here and and when I got a guest, I'll be like, yo, you can ask me anything. You know what I mean? Most things I'm gonna answer because I don't care. Like, people be like, yo, why you be telling? I don't give a fuck. Like, if y'all know I got arrested, what is that? It shit ain't harming me. Like, what is it gonna do? Like, it can't do, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is it doing? I mean, maybe it could. I don't know, but I really don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I feel like whatever God's plan is for me, the way I am, it's not gonna disrupt it. So I'm gonna just pick something here, and I'm gonna just try to read it, you know, and we're gonna see how well I read. I might read on a sixth grade level. I might read on a, you never know. But it's almost like when you're in school and the teacher call on you to read, and you be some people be a little shy, but some people, if you feel like you can't read, you know what I mean, you ain't gonna want to read. It usually be the kids who got confidence and they feel like they could read. But I'm gonna try to read, and I'm sure I don't read. Like, I just picked this. I've never read this before. Like, this is some mail that I got, and everybody knows I do not read my mail. So I'm gonna just try to read this. I've never read it before, so we're gonna just see randomly how well I read. I think I read better without these glasses, because these is for sight, like they for far, but like close things is like they don't. I think I need bifocals. But so I don't. This is what this is. It's got a whole lot of stuff on it. It says tax treatment of distributions. Okay, so I'm gonna just try to read this, right? So here we go. It goes, if you are married and you change your destination, then your spouse must again consent to the change. In addition, you see, and then sometimes I add words in. In addition, you may elect a beneficiary other than your spouse without your spouse's consent if your spouse cannot be located. And then I noticed this with me too, and I think I've always had this, and my daughter has this problem. Like, I be so focused on trying to read the words, I don't understand what I'm reading. Like, I just read this, I don't know what the fuck it's about, because I just be so focused on reading the words that I do not understand what I'm reading. Like, I don't understand it sometimes because I'm just so focused on reading the words, and I'm trying not to mess up and shit. So, you know what I mean? I think it's some type of learning disability. But let me see. Unmarried. What's this word? Unmarried. Participant. Unmarried participant. If you are not married, you may designate a beneficiary on a form to be supplied to you by the administrator. Divorce. If you have designed your spouse as a designated. If you have designated your spouse to be a beneficiary for all or a part of your death benefit, then upon your divorce, the designation is no longer valid. This means that if you do not select a new beneficiary after your divorce, then you are treated as not having a beneficiary for that portion of the death benefit. In parentheses it says unless you have remarried. No beneficiary. Damn, man. For real, I'm only right here. I feel like I've been reading for a half an hour. I told you I can't fucking read. I read texts every day and shit, but usually, like, when we text, we not putting all these big words in there. It says designated. I thought it said design. Designated. I think that's what that is. Yeah. So no beneficiary designation. At the time of your death, if you have not designated a beneficiary or your beneficiary is also not alive, the death benefit will be paid to the following order of prior to: A, your surviving spouse; B, your children, including adopted children, in equal shares, and if a child is not living, the child's share will be distributed to that child's Heir, heirs, Heirs. That child's heirs. That child's heirs. It's a six. What is that? 5-letter word. I don't even know the motherfucker. I mean, I've heard. I think I know what they're saying, but I don't. Yeah, I mean, C, the surviving parents in equal shares. D, your estate. How will the death benefit be paid to the beneficiary? Form of distribution. I'm gonna just read this last part and that's it. Y'all already get the. I can't read, so it's humbling yourself. Let me see one of y'all get on here. I mean, I'm sure probably everybody could probably read better than me, and maybe I should read more books and stuff like that. I just, they look Floyd Mayweather can't. They say he can't read. I'm sure me and him probably read on the same level. I mean, I know it's not a comparison because he's worth probably about a good $900 million, if not $1 billion. I don't know what he is, but form of distribution. In the death benefit payable to the beneficiary does not exceed 7,000, then the benefit may only be paid as a lump sum. If the death benefit exceeds 7,000, your beneficiary may elect to have the death benefit be paid in a single lump sum payment, installments over a period of time. I added timing. over a period of not more than the assumed life expectancy of the beneficiary. Partial withdrawal of at least $500, and that's it. You must when must the it's a question. When must the last payment be made to the beneficiary? All right, that's it. Yeah, I get the idea. I can't read. Let's see what this is. This is something from my daughter's school. This is her report card. Damn, I ain't never even read this. Ain't that a shame? I think it's her report card. Oh yeah. Like, this is my daughter's report card. Ain't this a bitch? I ain't never even read this. I ain't never even check this journal out. I don't know, I just be feeling like I'm so busy and shit. I gotta, but I usually get, when I go to her school, they tell me stuff anyway. Like, I go to her school every once in a while. And, I have a talk with her teachers and this other lady. I forget what she said she was, but, all right, let's get off that. Let's see, what else? I seen this thing on IG today, right? I hope I'm right in the middle of this joint, because I got the camera backwards this time. I was just trying to see. So that would be crazy if I'm like way over to the other side or something like that. That would be even crazy if the motherfucker ain't recording. And I said, oh shit, I'll be tight. But then I'll read that motherfucker again and I'll probably ease right through it. Y'all probably think I read it bad. I'm like, oh, you don't read too bad. Yeah, I read the motherfucker already. I'm just saying if I recorded it again. All right, here's something. I need to cross these off too. All right, so I seen this joint on IG. Again, this is something like most people might feel like this. Some people will feel like that. You know what I mean? It said, because I like to look at things like who's right and who's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes also too, it helps me because people say I'm argumentative, whatever the word is, argumentative or whatever, and I argue with people a lot. So I try to work on myself and see what I'm doing wrong because, I get into it with people a lot, but I don't feel like I'm argumentative. I don't feel like I just go out and look for arguments, but at the same time, I guess everybody's argumentative because you're going to kind of stick up for yourself if you feel attacked or if you feel like, if somebody says something and you don't agree with it, you know what I'm saying? It usually kind of starts off with a little debate or something like that, and then, maybe it turns into an argument, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, and then, and it always be like that, but I don't feel like I'm argumentative. I think everybody's argumentative. Not everybody, but most people, because I've seen some people not argue or ever get mad. You know, shouts to them, because I'll be wondering how they do it. I would love to never get mad, or, you know, I don't know how to curve arguments. Like, sometimes, and when they come up, I don't plan them. I'm not thinking, yeah, I'm going to start some shit with this motherfucker. But, you know, like I'll you know, and I'll give y'all examples. I'm not scared to do that. You know, and then motherfuckers, and to be honest, you know, yeah, I don't care, because I'm just thinking, like, if the person watches this that I got in an argument with, how they gonna feel. But I don't really care. So I had an argument with my cousin one time, because he started talking about he, you know, he into his God type thing. And I was like, oh yeah, that's what's up, you know what I'm saying? And then he says, yeah, you know what I mean, me and my cousin, you know, that's his cousin on his other side of the family. That's my cousin, but he talking about his cousin on his other side of the family. So he like, yeah, me and my cousin, you know what I'm saying, we into our God thing. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's what's up, you know what I'm saying? I'm into the God thing, but but he seems like he's really into it. Like, he's really, you know what I mean? Like, I believe in God, but, you know, I'm not really, you know what I'm saying? And he's working on it. So I salute him for that. So he like, yeah, me and my cousin, and then he like, my cousin wife, she on her Muslim type thing, but he was like, yeah, he converted her over. And I was like, oh yeah, that's what's up, man. You know what I mean? That's dope. And I said, the reason why that's so dope to me is because when I was with my baby mother, we argued about enough stuff. So I was saying, yeah, man, I'm kind of glad that they did that, because when me and my baby mother was together, she converted over to this Black Israelite type thing. And I was like, I'm glad me and her broke up before that, because we argued about enough stuff. I said, if we was together, you know what I mean, it would have been crazy. So this nigga starts talking, like, he just came out with something like, listen, I don't know if the nigga was, listen, the nigga start talking about, yeah, but it don't matter, something about some 7-day Adventists. I'm like, what? What the fuck? What are you talking about? So he's like, yeah, nah, because it don't matter, you know what I'm saying? If she don't celebrate Christmas and you do, you know what I mean? It don't matter because of the 7-day Adventists. I'm like, dog, what are you talking about? I'm trying to understand what he's talking about. And I'm like, yo, we need to call somebody on three-way, because he's like, nah, we don't, it's clear. No, nigga, what are you talking about? Me and my baby mother would have argued. I'm saying we wouldn't have got along. I'm saying she don't celebrate Christmas and I do. It would have been more things we already argue about stuff. I'm saying it would have been more things to argue about. He's still talking about, no, man, because of the 7-day Adventists. What do that mean? Like, I don't know what you're talking about, dog. Me and this nigga start arguing and shit. And then, you know, I just was like, look, then it got awkward. The shit was it got silent. I say, yo, dog, go ahead. You're talking about he's reading the Bible. I say, yo, fam, go ahead, read the Bible. Hit me back, man, because I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? You sound drunk. Like, you don't sound drunk, but whatever you're talking about, you sound drunk. Like, he didn't sound like he was on something, but it's like when somebody don't know what I'm like, what do that got to, like, if somebody said that to me, I'd have just be like, yeah, you're right. He started talking about some, like, what are you talking about? I was just so confused. He kept bringing up some 7-day Adventists. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Then I tell somebody else about this shit, and they trying to break down, and I'm really telling them about it, so I'm trying to see if they can be like, yo, that's crazy, or they can kind of clarify it. This nigga tries to start telling me what the 7-day Adventists mean. I don't care, nigga. I'm just saying, what was he talking about? So I'm arguing with that person. I say, yo, I'm in the fucking Twilight Zone, man. I'm just not going to talk to nobody for the rest of the day, man. I was just so fucking lost, man. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. That was that shit, man. Then I had an argument with my friend today. I'm not going to get into that. You know what I mean? It was a female. Me and her started arguing about some shit. I could get into it, but I'm not going to get into it. That was a little crazy. It wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? She was just expressing her point of view, but I just didn't like, she was talking about, see, I don't want to, just give parts of it, because then she go like, why didn't you tell this? So I'm not going to get into that. But I'm gonna probably wrap it up with this one. This is the last one I saw, and that's what this topic is. What just brought me into that, right? Because like I said, I be trying to see my logic and shit, see what's right and see what's wrong and shit. So I see something on IG today. It was a dude riding a bike, and he was riding a bike on a sidewalk, and it was mad people walking, and the caption said, "Who's wrong?" Right? So the dude is riding a bike, the kid is riding on a bike, and the dude pushes the nigga off the bike, and it said, "Who's wrong?" So it's like you push the nigga off the bike, but he's riding a bike on the sidewalk. So like, say if you're a pedestrian, you on the sidewalk, and somebody's riding a bike and kind of, it's like people and it's congested, you know what I'm saying? So it's like somebody riding a bike and you kind of like, you getting a little pissed off because you like, you don't want them to hit you with the bike. So I guess the dude he got a little fed up with the nigga riding the bike through niggas, so he pushed the nigga fell off the bike. So it said who was wrong on this shit. So that's another thing. If y'all tap in the comments or whatever. And a lot of people, and I want to shout out to my people who watch and the subscribers and stuff. Yo, stop texting me. Motherfuckers will watch this shit and then text me. Leave it in the goddamn comments. Like, y'all want to text me and tell me, you know what I'm saying? Leave it in the comments. I mean, it's cool. I appreciate you tapping in and letting me know. But I'd rather you leave it in the comments, though. Motherfuckers be texting me when I ask questions and shit. Like when I asked people about, are you going to watch a fucking 5-hour podcast? And I was wrong. Because I had a lot of people tell me that they would watch a 4 and 3-hour podcast. That's crazy to me because I'm not sitting there watching. I wouldn't watch. There's nothing in this world that can keep me interested for 3 hours. I don't think it's nothing. I've seen some interesting podcasts, but I start zoning out. Maybe it's my attention. Maybe I got attention deficit disorder. I don't know. I cannot sit there and watch nothing for 3. Like I said, Titanic was cool. That shit was 2 hours or something like that. Actually, there was a movie that was like 2.5 hours or 3 hours. I think Batman. One of Batman's. I can't watch that shit for that long. I can't watch nothing that long, man. But that's dope that motherfuckers could watch something that long. I mean, it's cool maybe if I'm in the car and I'm driving or something like that and I ain't got shit else to do and I have to. But I don't think I've ever taken a 3-hour drive. Most I've drove was from here to NY. And that's, 2 hours, that's only like 2 hours. And I could probably do watch a podcast for that. But, all right, so anyway, what was I gonna say? So that's what it is. So who's wrong in that? Now, my opinion, just don't put your hands on nobody. You know what I'm saying? I always everybody knows me. I put respect at the top of the list. I try not to ever disrespect nobody. If I do, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? I would never attack nobody first or do nothing to nobody first. Anytime I ever got into it with anybody, they started with me. Anytime. And I don't give a fuck what y'all think. Anybody who ever got into it with me and you don't want to admit it and you think I was a troublemaker, cool. You know who it is. I know who it is at least, so I don't care. When my shit, anytime I got jammed up or, whatever happened to me, they started. I ain't start. I got arrested, whatever. Even in that situation, I ain't start that shit. You know what I mean? If somebody left me the fuck alone, then it wouldn't have went where it went. You know what I mean? If y'all want to ask me about it, it's cool. I'm not just going to give out the information. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't got no problem talking about it. Well, we'll see. I may talk about it, I may not. But, I'm still. But yeah, so who was wrong in that shit though? So was the nigga wrong? Like I said, I feel like it's wrong to, you could be mad or you want somebody riding on the sidewalk, but you know what I mean? You put your hands on them. You know what I'm saying? I don't really agree with you with anybody putting their hands on somebody, you know what I'm saying, unless they put their hands on you first, you know what I'm saying? So, or you trying to protect somebody or something like that. I mean, I know it's one of those things that, because it might be a situation where you might gotta put your hands on somebody first, you know what I'm saying? Say if a guy I'm going outside and I hear a guy getting loud and he's yelling at my daughter. You know what I mean? I tell him to stop, and he's still putting his hands in my daughter's face and yelling at her. Then I might gotta put my hands on her first. Damn, I feel like I got a burp, but it's right there. But yeah. So in that situation, I might feel like I gotta put my hands on her first. You know what I'm saying? So it's things that I'm not thinking of off top, and there's probably some scenarios where you might have to, but. I think when that went out, I think the guy might have been wrong. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's wrong for you to be riding your bike on the sidewalk, but I don't know, man. You know, I mean, I would ride my bike on the sidewalk, but I'm not gonna ride a bike in fucking Midtown Manhattan. Where there's people walking all over the place on the sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? I might ride my bike, but I'm not gonna do on the sidewalk. But it'd probably be no people on there. You know, if it's 1 or 2 people, you know what I'm saying, I would do that. You know, that's just me. Some people feel like, oh, you should ride your bike in the street. I just feel like if you're riding a bike on the sidewalk and I hit you, you're not gonna get as hurt as me as if I'm riding my bike in the street and a car hits me. So I know you're supposed to ride your bike in the street, but I'm not doing it. I'm not getting fucked up from no car going 40 miles an hour on a bike when I'm probably on my bike, and I'm not doing no 40 miles an hour on a sidewalk. And even if I was, just happen to be doing 40, you might not get as hurt as I would if a car hits me on a bike. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely ride my bike on the sidewalk. But if it's busy, I probably wouldn't do that. But the guy was definitely wrong for pushing him though. But if you feel different, or if you agree, or if you want to have some input, again, leave it in the comments. All right, I'm gonna end this episode. I think that was good. Oh yeah, I didn't tell no embarrassing shit about myself. So I'm gonna tell some embarrassing shit about myself. Let's see. Now I might seem like a real gangster to y'all, and I might seem like that type of person where, you know what I'm saying, like, oh shit, you might not believe it, but I'm gonna give it to y'all. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give it to y'all because, like I said, nothing can embarrass me. I even sent out, well, I'm not gonna, I was about to say I sent out some naked pictures of myself, you know what I'm saying? And I sent it to mad, ooh, I shouldn't even be telling that. Cause I might have told some, I don't know, there's just this picture of me that I like and I'm naked. And I sent it to a lot of chicks and I'm just so, I kind of want to post it myself, but I don't want to post it. You know what I'm saying? But I like it. And I like it so much that I sent it to females and I'm like, I wouldn't even mind if this get out. And I just sent it to some girl for the first time, a girl who I never even had sex with. And I just sent it to her. And I ain't never sent that to most girls I sent it to, I done smashed already. So, you know what I mean? But yeah, if it gets out, I won't know who did it. But at the same time, like, I don't care because I like it. And like I said, nothing can embarrass me. So, you know what I mean? I wouldn't care if I pissed somebody off and they said, oh, I'm going to post this. I'd be like, have at it. So let's see. I'm going to think of some embarrassing things about myself. All right, here's one. This is good. So when I was a kid, there might be some people who know this. When I was a kid, y'all know Culture Club, Boy George? When I was a kid, I thought Boy George was cute. I was like, oh, she looked good. I was like, yo, she's pretty. I would bone her. And somebody was like, that's a boy. I was like, that's not a boy, that's a girl. And they was like, it's a boy, it's Boy George. And I was just sitting there like, it's a girl. It's like, no, it's a boy. It's a girl. No, it's a boy. You like a boy? And then I'm sitting here like, and then recently as an adult, I be on IG and I be liking girls' pictures. And I be like, damn, I wonder. Then I was like, damn, I wonder how many girls I liked. Like, I wonder how many girls I liked that I thought were girls and they ended up being boys. Because I did one day on IG, I had followed something and I thought it was a girl. And I still don't know. And somebody was like, and I was like, damn, she fine. And some nigga was like, yo, that's a boy, bro. And I was like, you sure? Oh, I said, no, this is what I said. My comment was, it's this girl that now y'all might have seen this. And so if y'all see this, the person I'm saying, if y'all seen the person, because I'm going to describe it. So if y'all actually seen this on your IG, y'all could tell me if it's a boy or a girl if y'all seen it. So there's this thing that dances, and she be in the kitchen, she or he or whatever, and it be in the kitchen be messy as hell. And I think she do it because so people could, comment like, oh, clean up that house. So it'd be messy as fuck, and she just be dancing, acting like it's not messy. So in the comments, everybody be like, messy, yo, clean up the house. Why would you do that in the house? And you know what I mean? So I put a comment. I was like, damn, she's sexy as hell. And I was like, yo, kill that roach. And then some dude gonna comment under my comment, that's a boy, bro. So I said, what, the girl or the roach? Like, I was just being funny. You know what I mean? So he was like, come on, bro, the girl. And so I unfollowed it. You know what I mean? I still don't know if it's a boy or girl, so I ain't gonna lie, I did. I unfollowed this shit. So I don't know. And against the algorithms, the motherfuckers still be popping up on my shit. I'm like, God damn it. I can't escape this motherfucker. I unfollowed it, still be popping up. But yeah, that was one. Yeah, the Boy George thing. I was like, damn. And now as an adult, I see it. I'm like, damn, what the fuck was I thinking? I was like, damn, I'm up here talking about Boy George is cute, and I was boning him and shit. You know what I mean? But everybody knows I'm not gay. There's not no guy that could ever say, yo, I had sex with Greg, or I topped him. Never that. You know what I'm saying? No gay shit. You know what I mean? Girls, anybody knows me knows. Ain't nothing like even like suspicious. Like I ain't never did nothing a little like, you know what I mean? People can say whatever they want about me. I ain't never heard no, I think he's gay allegations ever about me. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. I'll give y'all one more that I know. I remember when I worked at Ally Barton, this dude was like, yo, I was telling people I box, and he was like, yo, bring in the gloves. And I wasn't like that nice, and I really wasn't that smart. I didn't really study it like how I do now. I was just, when I boxed, I was just out with my cousins, and I was just throwing punches. I ain't really study it like how I do now. Like right now, I'd be a lot better. So long story short, he tells me bring in the gloves, and I wasn't cocky with it. I was not cocky. I bought the gloves in the next day, and I just kept them in my bag, and I was waiting for him to say something. And he was like, where the gloves at? And maybe he was setting me up. So I was like, nah, I got him. So I bought the gloves. Nigga knocked me the fuck down. He ain't knocked me out. I wasn't asleep. And then, niggas was recording, and then niggas put the motherfucker on YouTube. And so I'm like, damn, that's cool. He put, he got me knocked out on YouTube. So it looked like I'm knocked out because I didn't get up. But I was not sedated. I don't know why the fuck I ain't get up. Like, I'm just like, damn. Of all, I think I was more in shock than anything. Because boxing, there was times I got knocked down and I wasn't hurt. And I just was looking like, it was like Clarissa Shields, the time when she got knocked down. When she, remember that, I don't know who that was. That girl knocked her down and she looked at the ground like, how the fuck did I get here? That's what I was like. Every time I got knocked down, I never got knocked down. I'm like, oh my God, like I'm in so awe. I just looked like I was just standing a minute ago. How the fuck I get knocked down? So, yeah, I just be more in shock than anything. So, yeah, bitch ass nigga put me on motherfucking. And shout out to the nigga I fought. And shout out to the nigga that put it on YouTube. Try it these days. And see how, no, I'm not saying try it like put it on YouTube. I don't give a fuck. If you record it, I can't stop you from putting something on YouTube. I'm saying try it. And I don't mean real fighting. I'm not bitter about it. I'm not mad. I'm just saying we could try again with the boxing and see how it goes. I'm a lot smarter. And I ain't gonna lie, that wasn't too long ago. That was a couple years ago. Like that was probably a good 15. You know what I mean? And even though I know I was still older at that time and I should have been, but it is what it is. Homeboy got me, and salute to him. He outweighed me by a little bit. He wasn't a whole lot bigger than me. He was a little bigger than, not a whole lot, but yeah, he got me. And they threw it on the I don't remember the search, to be honest. Something, yeah. If y'all see this and anybody sees it, I mean, y'all can leave it in the chats. I honestly don't care. I don't remember. Because that shit was years ago. I really don't care. I don't remember the search, to be honest. Because it wasn't something I was proud about. I got knocked the fuck down, so I wasn't really trying to go look for it. But I don't remember what it was. But yeah, if y'all remember and y'all want to leave it in the comments, go ahead. Be my guest. I do not remember what it was. Like, I haven't seen it in years, and I probably haven't seen it since I worked there. And that was, like I said, that was probably like a good, what is this, 25? Yeah, that probably was like a good 15 years ago. That probably had to be like 2010. Let me see. And that's about it. I mean, I would kind of like to tell you about my last relationship. That was a little embarrassing but I don't want to throw her under the bus. You know what I mean? Because when I brought up things that she did, she wasn't really, she acted like, so, because that was a little embarrassing too, but, you know what I mean? So, but if she watches this, like, I know she don't really respect me like that, but I'm just a respectful nigga, and she doesn't seem like the stuff that she did, she doesn't seem too proud about it, even though it was weird. Like she kept doing that, but I ain't gonna talk bad about her, or I'm not gonna say nothing. That one I'm gonna leave alone. I'm gonna leave that one alone. And even if she hit me up and I tried to block her on everything, if somehow she was able to reach out and be like, anything she don't want me to talk about, like even with getting locked up because it had something to do with her, if she hit me and was like, I don't want you to talk about it, I would not talk about it. Even though I say now I would talk about it, but I don't know if she don't want me to talk about it. I kind of think so, but I haven't confirmed. But if she was able to reach out to me and said, no, don't talk about it, I respect it and I won't talk about it. Even though, she had a lot to do with me getting locked. She had all to do with me locked up. She thinks I should take some responsibility, but I'm not. It's like, if you're attacked and you attack back, like, you know what I'm saying? You're not responsible. You know what I'm saying? So she still thinks I should take some responsibility, and I'm not. Because anybody, if I see somebody out in the street and I see them getting attacked, and somebody attacks them back, and then the person that got attacked back got arrested, they're not wrong. Like, you should have left that person alone. But, and I'm not going to get into the whole details. I just gave y'all a kind of idea of what it is. Yo, I kind of want to turn this motherfucking camera around. This fucking stupid ass cat is looking at me like I'm the fucking audience. Like he the audience and shit. And I'm like that's why if y'all see me going like this or doing like this nigga doing some shit. Like he either doing some shit or, I got a co-rat. So this nigga doing something, doing whatever over here, over there. Now he's over here sitting in this motherfucking chair looking at me, squinting his eyes like this. That's because, I got this motherfucking water bottle. Whenever he do some shit, I squirt his monkey head. You know what I'm saying? That's better than me beating him up or kicking him or something like that. As much as he get on my nerves, I'll be wanting to. But, you know what I mean? So, yeah. That's my exterminator. That's why I got him. I'm not really a cat person, but y'all know. That might be another embarrassing thing. I had mice running around in this motherfucker. And I was tired of them motherfuckers. And I had a shorty over here one day, and I had bought some motherfucking pizza, and the motherfucking mouse ran across the motherfucking counter. I wasn't embarrassed. I might be embarrassed telling y'all. And actually, I'm not. Because I said, nothing embarrassed me. I'm just saying that's a little humbling. But, it is what it is. I wasn't embarrassed with her because I'm not going to throw her name. If she's watching, I'm not going to say her name because I ain't going. But she got mice too. So that's why the fuck I wasn't embarrassed. I mean, I wouldn't have been embarrassed anyway, though. Because like I said, nothing embarrasses me. But it was a little bit like, damn. But I don't think my house, it do be dirty sometime. But I think it was just, it's mice all through this motherfucker. You know what I mean? And I had pizza. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's stupid too because I caught his ass. I had the fucking pizza up there, and when she saw the motherfucker and screamed, and I put that motherfucking mouse, this was before I had the cat, because ever since I had the cat, I ain't seen a mouse in this motherfucker yet. But when she screamed, I took the pizza, and I put it in the oven, and I put that fucking glue trap, like an hour later, caught this monkey. I'm like, yo, you just was up there. Why the fuck would you run past again? You dumb motherfucker. So I caught his ass, you know what I'm saying? And that was crazy because Taylor gonna take him and yo, I'm not even gonna, I love my daughter, you know what I mean? I'm not even gonna get into, she took him and put him on the living room floor and put a cup over him or a Tupperware. And then she comes in the room and tells me like, yo, we caught a mouse. So I said, we caught that mouse. So I go in the kitchen. I'm like, where the fuck is the glue trap? She's like, in the kitchen, in the living room. I said, Taylor, what the fuck is why would you? I love my daughter, but she does a lot of things, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she does a lot of questionable things. You know what I mean? So, yeah, shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my viewers. Click, like, subscribe, share, all of that. I love y'all to death. Hey, let's help me blow up, because what did the dude say on the Honeymooners? Ralph, he said, be kind to the people you meet on the way up, because you're going to meet the same people on the way down. Wait. I don't know how that applies. Anyway, listen, when I blow up, South Jersey blows up. So let's get it. Boom! Peace.